I started a zero-based budget, and here are 5 things I've learned in my first month. First off, hi, hello, how are ya? I'm Courtney. This is the Curvy Chronicles, and I know you're new here because I'm new here. But let's do this fun thing together. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't, bye, it's been fun. So what the heck is a zero-based budget? I asked myself the same question. But after doing some deep diving and falling down rabbit hole after rabbit hole of all of the budgeting I could on YouTube, I have learned that a zero-based budget is where you give every dollar from your paycheck a duty, a job, a place, a home, a job. I think I said that. Basically, you budget everything out till you get to zero. Which, for someone like me, who was always worried about what if we need to get groceries? What if we need to get gas? What if we need to go shopping? What if I want to go to TJ Maxx? It's okay. I am a shopaholic in recovery. This is already planning for those what ifs, so it doesn't have to be a what if that makes sense. So that brings me to the 5 things I have learned thus far with zero-based budgeting. Number 1, I have learned that this is a huge mental adjustment. So coming from someone who thought they were budgeting in the past, and I will preface, I worked 6 years in banking. I like to think I was a half-assed professional, but I no longer do that. And by no means is this financial advice. We'll just put this disclaimer now. This is not financial advice. This is what works for me. And these are things that I've learned and purely my opinions. I don't know that I have to say that, but I feel like I should. This is a huge mental adjustment from expense tracking to actually designating where your funds are going to go. For someone like me that felt I had to have that cushion, this has been a hard adjustment. But I'm already starting to see the benefits just 1 month in. So item number 2 that I have learned is that a buffer takes time to build. So as someone who had a cushion, who always thought I should have a cushion, now I'm renamed that in the zero-based budget to a buffer. Well, the thing is, a buffer takes time to build because it really shouldn't be large amounts unless you're focusing on putting in a buffer. I will say my husband and I both have hard to put money aside for a good emergency fund. So that's not something that we have to worry about. If anything happens, we do have an emergency fund that is sitting right there for us. That's one thing that I focused really hard on previously. So let's just backtrack a little bit. I was very good at saving. Very good. Saved for vacation, saved for Christmas, saved for emergencies, saving for our first house. Then we had kids. Then I stopped working when I had my second baby. So now we've gone to single income, which is a lot different to budget. And that is a lot of the reason why I have adopted the zero-based budget. But we'll get into that in another video. Number 3, the one thing that can really happen is you can overcomplicate things. So do not overcomplicate your budget. Pick the things that are important to you. One thing that was really important to us was making sure we had enough money to pay for all of our vehicle tabs. They are all due in succession, like 3 months apart. Well, when you've got a camper, an SUV, a diesel pickup, and a little pickup, that's a lot to come up with up front. I will say we live in Washington. There are other places who are far worse as far as dollar amount than us, but still, it's a lot to come up with all at once. So in all of my research on the YouTubes, I found that a car maintenance fund is something that almost every person I see has. So I was like, well, what the heck? That's what we're gonna do. So with that, don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple to begin with. You can always change and adapt, and that's one thing that I am learning too. But when I did a lot of research, there's so many different options and avenues you can do, especially with zero-based budgeting. A lot of people do it with cash, which I am doing a hybrid budget, but again, that is something I'll go over in a different video. The next thing I've learned is that this really makes me take a look at what I need and what I want. In the past, I would give into wants very much. If I wanted coffee every time I went shopping, boy, you better bet I was stopping at the coffee stand. If I wanted to stop for lunch while I was out with the kids, shoot, we were gonna stop for lunch. Now, if I don't budget it, I've had to really look at, okay, did I budget for us to go out to eat today? No. So we're gonna go home and we're gonna eat at home. Did I budget for us to go out and get, I call them fancy drinks for my daughter, she gets an Italian soda. Did I budget for fancy drinks? If we didn't budget for fancy drinks, guess what? Those are gonna be made at home too. So it's been something that I've really had to look at. Do I need it? Did we budget for it? Or do I just want it? Now, that being said, the month of January has been kind of a tough month for the pure fact that over the holidays it's a little bit short for when my husband gets paid, because he is a union worker and they do not pay holiday pay. So that's one thing that we kind of had to adjust for. So all of the kind of fun things did not take place in January, but that's okay, because I've already started to see the benefits of saving for things that we want to do or that we need to do. And that brings me to my final point, number 5, go with the flow. Trust the process. I know I'm only a month in, and I know that there's so much ahead of me, but I can already tell you, in 1 month, I have already saved a quarter of what we would pay for our family photos. I have saved a fifth of what I need to do a tattoo that I'm getting with my siblings. Those are 2 things are non-negotiables for me, which I know sound like wants. A tattoo I don't necessarily want, but that's a story for another day. I'm doing it for my siblings, for them. But family photos are a must. Every year, I will not budge on that, so family photos are a must. And then our car maintenance, I have already saved enough to cover our most expensive car tabs. So already, just in 1 month, I can see the benefits of that. I've also started saving for Christmas and putting money aside for the kids. Granted, we always did money for the kids, but it's one of those that even 4 weeks in, I'm already starting to see the benefits of this, and I've already started to make that mental shift of want versus need, and was it in the budget? So with that concludes the 5 things I've learned thus far. I hope you stay tuned for future shenanigans that are going to take place here on the Curvy Eat Chronicles. We are going to talk about things like budgeting, lots of budget grocery shopping, some cooking videos, because your girl loves to cook. If you want to, please check out my Instagram, curvy_chronicles, and lifestyle and motherhood, because I am a mom and I do love me some TJ Maxx, but I do have to save up to go shopping now. Need versus want. But anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see, and if you want to hang around. I will see you guys in the next one.